Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for watching, thank you for coming. Gonna follow on from some of last week's stuff of doing some summer preparations. There's a storm coming, so it's gonna be really wet, stormy day tomorrow. I think we're expecting 20 mils of rain in one day, I think. So fingers crossed, we can still do with it. So yeah, I'll take you along and put some shading on. The risks putting your laundry out on a windy day. I think we need to invest in some pegs. Here is the gable end of the cabin and the bathroom. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to staple the shade cloth to the top of this and then to the top of this, so it's like a wedge, because then it will protect the IBC tank a little bit as well. It'll keep it a bit cooler. Right, there we go. Not too garish looking, hopefully. Certainly takes the edge off inside. We'll show you quickly. This grapevine coming through and a bit of a sneaky apple tree. You can see the contrast. You can see we've still got a little bit of the old cabin that's got some sun on it. I don't know whether to shade up this front wall of the pergola veranda thing or shade up this whole side. But it does then just leave us with that one exit. So Carissa, in all her wisdom, suggested the idea of putting curtain rail up there because the one in the kitchen fell down, and we figured what we'll try and do is buy some thicker curtains and put the curtains on the outside of that door, and with any luck that will keep some of the heat off the door, as well as the pergola shade thing that will go in front. So I'm going to try and put some curtain rails onto this and see what happens. There we go, diagonal curtains. Unfortunately, gravity isn't working too well on these, so looking good. Adds a bit more shade onto the front of the cabin, but not too much. Moving very swiftly on. Next job is to try and put some shade onto the tank, which is holding its water quite well. We've been watering the garden from it, and you can see it's gone down from about there in 5 or 6 days, which is a lot slower than it was going down last time. And we have been using it, so fingers very crossed.
So we've got this beautiful jasmine growing in front of the cabin. So I thought, as it's getting too high, it's trying to grow sort of up here. If I put a piece of string along here, maybe it would grow that way, creating a bit more shade and making it more beautiful here. So we'll see if my plan works. This bed that I'm pulling together here is next to our reservoir, and there is a tap here which you can open and all the water comes out. So I'm going to try digging a trench along here and then through the middle of the bed because this water, we will shade it. Some people have asked questions about whether we're going to be shading it. We are going to try and build a shade cover over here. We have got this tarp that we used last year, but I kind of want to create it so it's a bit of a screen against, we sometimes get people walk past here maybe once every 2 weeks, but still when I'm splashing about it would be nice to know someone's not going to sneak up on me. But it does get a bit green, seeing as we would need to pull water out of the well to water the garden throughout the summer. I thought, well, if we can empty this as a way of watering it and then refill it from the well each time, it's going to reduce the algae growth and water the garden. So I'm going to see if that works. Okay, just done this bit so far. Let's see how this bit goes. Yeah, it does feel like it was going a bit uphill. So it's going to have to be quite a deep trench, if that is what I do. Yuan's just popped around to see our neighbours. He's going to come back and wonder what on earth I've done to the place. Definitely going uphill here. What do you think, Arabs? I'm going to momentarily leave this and get Yuan's head on it. It's always good to have two opinions rather than me just carrying on with an idea. And then I've started on the bed over here, so I'm gonna just carry on with that because I know I'm not causing any trouble over there. I got a few cool new plants from Gary, my plant friend. Thanks Gary, I've got some amazing vegetables from him. So this is yacon. I like to write on the old tile in a Sharpie because I forget what they are. I hope this is going to last, but I can just watch my videos back if I forget. This is yacon. This produces a tuber that you can eat. I think you can almost see them there. Maybe I need to put a bit more compost around this. I've got a few calendula, yellow calendula that I got as seeds from Andrea from Project Portugal. And then this is skirret, which I'd never heard of before, another one from Gary. And this is, I think it's almost a bit similar to a carrot in terms of like how the vegetable is. I don't really know, I'll just have to grow it and see. Yes, you love gardening, don't you? And then there's just a few plants that I popped in last year. There's some marigolds coming back up. This is flower for an hour. That one's done its flowering. And then I think this one is oregano or marjoram. I always get them mixed up. Hope that these kind of spread a bit more. And then I'm going to need a lot of compost. This soil is so bad. Our neighbour's dog has come to play with Frankie. He just likes to bark at me. Go on, go home. He loves Frankie. Go home. So we put this ladder in here because from this ledge of the cork, you get a really good view. It's a little bit of a dodgy climb, but sunset happens over there. It's the most likely view of sunset we get. We should put a little seat up here. It would be so nice. He's back. Albie's come on a walk with us and then she complains because she gets tired. I was hoping to get to this elderflower tree and pick some elderflowers, but the path is way too overgrown with brambles. Manny Perez, if you saw this, you would be furious at how wild it has gotten. So I need to come back with some pruners at least to get the brambles. Come on, we'll go home then. Come on. We need some cabbage to make coleslaw. But these are not the ones you would normally make coleslaw with. But I'm just going to take some leaves. I'm sure it'll still be delicious. Try the two different ones. Beautiful. It's not bad. I think carrots are one of my favourite things to grow because you just never know what you're gonna get. Like, look at this guy. And let's go make some coleslaw. Yes, I'm using a bread knife to get the cabbages. cooking up a chilli, so I'm gonna put these greens in it. Classically, my camera battery died, so this is from my phone, but coleslaw Portuguese style, because it's Portuguese cabbage. I don't think it works quite as well for coleslaw, but it'll still add a nice crunch to our chilli wraps. Just added half an onion, not from the garden. Hopefully this is our last bag of onions and the garden ones will be ready, and then lots and lots of mayonnaise.
I need to walk down to the van from the house, so I figured it would be a good time to give you a van update. So as most of you are probably aware, the van broke in December in the Netherlands, and then the car broke 3 weeks after we bought it. We still haven't got the car fixed. We are getting closer, inching closer week by week. It's been a lesson in patience, I tell you. But all in that time, it has made us realise how useful owning the van was. So we've decided we're going to matriculate it. I did some research, or sent some emails, and found out that the tax would only cost about half again, so it was going to be €900 to matriculate the van, and the tax that we would have got free if we'd done it in time is only $550. So it's not that bad, really. I was expecting it to be like thousands. So we started the process doing that, which is why we're driving again. Although the idea of getting some fence poles on the Ellie glide would have been quite funny, but definitely not safe. Even with a helmet on, it'd be like a lance. Yep, so we're doing that. God knows how long it'll take. That's what we've decided to do, because we do love the van. It's like a part of our family almost. And it's obviously very, very useful. So yeah, there you go. I'll give you a little update. Probably a good place to dig.
Yeah, Frankie's helping with my trench digging. Good girl.
You good? Get it.
No, not that way, sausage.
Look, this bit's better. Look, what's that? Get it, get it, get it. Okay, get it. What's in there? What's in there? Get it, get it. Get it, get it. Get the cat. Get the cat. Right, gonna get going on the shading. I thought I'd try and put Frankie and Albie in the background. They're a strange pair, they really are. Yes, we're going to do some shading. Basically going to make like half a pergola, utilising the roof, 2 poles, and then we'll make a frame around the top and then drape it around with shade cloth. If you've been watching, or if you were watching last summer, then you will have seen us do it pretty much before. So we're going to recreate the same thing, and we'll probably make it a bit more solid this time round. Oh, there we go, finishing touches. We were going to come down the front here, but Chris decided that we're going to go for something more aesthetically pleasing this year, and we're going to try and put a curtain rail like we have on the cabin, because the linen makes, well, it's much nicer to look at than the shade cloth. So yeah, there we go. I think we'll extend it across the front of the barn. We will see. Won't we, sausage dog?
Yes. Just checking on Yuan's vines. We've just found that it's going to be an absolute beast of a bunch of grapes soon. Well, not soon.
3 months.
All the grapes are looking really good, aren't they?
Yeah, so far. No figs on this thing though.
No.
Although we did give it heavy pruning, didn't we? So.
And rescued. Oh, the vines already started to take it over.
Yeah. I think it will.
Well, we'll have to decide who gets to survive. Just planted up, these are some loofahs, and this is a sign that we got off Cindy, and then I thought the loofahs could grow up this lovely pergola Yuan's made, and we were going to get in the garden, but our friends have invited us for a beer, so we couldn't be rude. So Frankie,
we go to the pub?
We go to the cafe?
Come on.
Soon Yuan will have to trim this path because of the wildfire hazard in the summer when it gets all dried, so I'm just enjoying its beauty before that happens. There are so many flowers in here. So I've planted these all as aubergines. I'm thinking that they were looking a bit strange, and I'm pretty sure they're actually potentially all sunflowers, which are not always great to grow in your vegetable garden because they can emit a chemical that prohibits growth of other things, but oh well, it's going to be very beautiful if they all turn out to be sunflowers. I'm trying to film this ladybird for you, but Joao wants to be the attention instead. Very fat caterpillar in this mullein. Oh, there's loads of them. I'm gonna have a lot of butterflies. I'm just down by the chicken coop. They are out and about. I'm managing to keep them out of the garden, and I've just been putting in some posts because I'm going to create them a little pen thing out here so that when I can't keep an eye on them in the garden, they're not stuck in that tiny little coop, which is not free range enough. So yeah, I've got the posts in. We found these really cheap. For the price of wood at the moment is really high compared to last year. These were less than €2 each, so it's pretty good going for everything that we've seen in all the shops. They're pretty happy. They're scratching around in the compost. And then I was talking to my neighbour about putting chicken manure in your tomato beds, and I thought you had to let chicken manure rot for about 9 months, otherwise it can burn the roots, but I've got a sort of gap between the tomato plants, so I'm going to try putting that in there. But I'm also going to sign off the video here. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and thank you for all your comments in the last video where we're talking about changing the name and all your suggestions, and that we're going down to 1 video a week. It's really heartwarming that so many of you are saying you're going to miss the midweek one, so we may do some bonus ones. It's just taking the pressure off over the summer. See how it goes. You never know, we might miss making that many videos. So yeah, we're just experimenting, trying different things out. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and we will see you on Saturday. Bye.